So at this moment, let's close our eyes and take a deep breath to be in this moment. This is a sacred moment, an opportunity to connect with our guardian angels, to receive celestial energies that will balance our body, but above all, our souls. We greet all the spirit beings who are here, who are already in each one of the homes, because we know that we are never alone, that they know when we are about to have a meeting like this. And they come a couple hours before to look after us, to see how we are doing, to understand our needs. So, in a moment like this, we can receive exactly what we need to feel better, to live better. Thank you, God, for this opportunity, for the opportunity of our lives, being here. We know that nothing happens by chance, that each one of us have some things that we need to learn in this life. We ask that each one of those homes, that each one of our homes be blessed and protected, that our families receive the same blessings that we receive right now, that we may understand all the teachings coming from Emmanuel. May they sink inside our hearts so we can bring them to life in each one of our actions. Thank you. So today we're gonna be talking about chapter 6 of the book Our Daily Bread. And the title is Use of Light. The passage is coming from Jesus and says, "Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness does not overtake you." And this is in John 12:35. And reading the chapter, meditative people will encounter divine thoughts as they analyze the past and the future. They will see themselves placed between two eternities, that of the days that have passed and that of the days yet to come. As they examine the treasures of the present, they will discover their precious opportunities. In the future, they foresee the blessed light of immortality, whereas in the past, they behold the darkness of their ignorance, the wrongs they committed, and the experiences they handled badly. A crushing majority of people have no other picture regarding the recent or remote past except one comprised of ruin and disenchantment. This compels them to evaluate the resources at hand. Thus, in spite of being transitory, human life is the flame that puts you in contact with the work you need to do in order to evolve rightly. And this paragraph is so important. I think that right now, up to now, what he's doing is basically analyzing how we can look at time, how we can spend our thoughts, our focus. But this is specific paragraph that says that the moment that we are living right now, the present moment, is everything we need in order to evolve rightly. By taking advantage of this blessed opportunity, you can learn, attain, accomplish, and reunite, you can redeem, correct, reconcile, and enrich yourself in the Lord. And it's funny because in this paragraph, he organized the positive in terms of the opportunity, but also the adjustment with whatever we did in the past. It's like fixing our wrongdoings. Reflect on the Master's remark and you will grasp its enlightening meaning. Walk while you have the light, he said. Take advantage of the gift of time you have received by doing spirituality constructive work. Lift yourselves from the lower condition by acquiring a higher understanding. So this is a call for each one of us, evaluate what we're doing. And then Emmanuel closes the chapter with this paragraph. Without the signs of improvement and accomplishment, as you go along, you will be dominated by the darkness. That is, you will waste your sacred opportunity by turning to unworthy impulses. And after the death of the body, you will return to the same place of darkness from which you emerged in order to climb new steps on the sublime mountain of life. And as always, he's very direct. We know his style, that if we try to summarize a small paragraph like this, just thinking that the message that Jesus was saying is we need to grasp as much as possible all the opportunity that we have in hands today. And the opportunity means good things and bad things. And we know that on a day-to-day basis that many times the challenges that we face is that we may call opportunities are exactly the moments that we need to get out of our comfort zone and we become better people. If each one of us look behind and think, okay, when I was suffering, when I lost my job, when I lost my dad, my wife, I had to get out of my comfort zone and learn to deal with my feelings, my emotions, my health, my life in a different way. But Emmanuel in this chapter, he's looking in a different perspective, much profound than this. He's reminding us that Jesus mentioned the light. And we know that Jesus was the light. He was the light himself that came 2,000 years ago, showing us the way. He basically said, I am the path, I am the truth, I am the life. And nobody will enter heaven if not goes with me. So he's telling us that he's that north star that can guide us to good things. The light is always connected to goodness. It's funny how we tend to compare the light and the darkness with good and bad, like when we want to say about the medieval times that were very sad, we say the dark era. Or when we want to say about the Renaissance, we say the light era. So he's using the same analogy, inviting us to walk through his path, to become one of his workers, companions, apostle, disciples. But how do we do that? The first thing that Emmanuel is telling us is that time is an opportunity. So when we think about COVID, living right now, so almost 14 months, if we stop and just to pay attention how we are living, COVID has been an opportunity in our lives, a challenge, a big one that forced each one of us to do everything different. Today we learn in a different way, we work in a different way, we play in a different way, we relate to each other in a different way. And we know that some people have a really hard time doing that. Some people remain in the past, and all the time they just keep saying, you know, how they wish that things are just like they used to be, and they are not. They waste this opportunity of today, living the present and thinking, okay, what this time is offering me, because we know that we were all pushed back to our homes, to our families, to our emotions, to our feelings, to look inside. Nevertheless, the majority of us, 14 months along the pandemic, we are trapped in the same behavior that we had before. We thought, okay, now that I have more time with my family, I'm going to do this and that, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to spend time with my kids, I'm going to, you know, enjoy the outside, I will exercise. Are we doing that? It is so easy to go back to old habits. So are we using this opportunity to learn new things, to become better people? Other people focus on the future. So when I buy this house, when I find my husband, when I move to a different country, and they forget to live the moment. They forget to attain all the tools, the talents that they will need to succeed further on. So if I want to have a good husband, am I a good potential wife? If I want to have a good job, a better job, am I ready to take more responsibility? What I'm doing to be able to achieve that? Am I studying? Am I working? I am doing the best I can? Because this is now. Today is the moment that we plant the seeds that we will sow in the future. Nevertheless, many of us keep looking at the rear side mirror, living in the past, complaining about the present, and forgetting about the opportunities that we have. And then Emmanuel says, as they examine the treasures of the present, they will discover the precious opportunities. And it is interesting because one of the first words that he uses is meditative. And today, meditation, mindfulness is in fashion. It is a way that we can connect with the moment by trying to empty our minds and just be aware of what is the surroundings, what we are feeling, what we are facing. And this is very important because when we connect with ourselves, we may find answers. Like the first one, what are the opportunities that Emmanuel is talking about? What is the opportunity for me? Because the opportunities that are important for me in my life might be different than the opportunities for my mother, for my sister, for my brother, for my husband. We all need to learn different lessons. Maybe it's about being less selfish. For others is to forgive. If I am living with a relative inside my home that I have a hard time, I need to learn to forgive. Maybe it's acceptance. Maybe it's controlling my emotions, so I don't get into despair mode when something that I cannot control happens. Because if there is one thing that we all learning right now, is that we do not control everything. We do not. So how can a moment of pain, uncertainty, and despair, like the ones that we're living right now, can be an opportunity? Because they will teach us new things. They will force us to learn new things. Because doing things in the same way that we used to do will not work anymore. In some cases, they are forbidden. And suddenly, we need to start thinking out of the box. We need to think out of the box in terms of our relationships. Are they working for me? Are my friends the right friends? Is my partner the right partner? Am I taking care of my health like I should? So one can say that an opportunity can be good and can be bad. But it's not about the opportunity. It's about what I do with it. I can have an opportunity of having a very serious disease. And this disease may teach me different things. For some people, they may become sour, rebel against God. For some other people, they may become advocates. They may create foundations. They may help others to suffer less, to use compassion, to change history. We know that. We have seen that. So I wonder how we're going to feel in a few months from now, few years maybe, when COVID ends, when that idea of opportunity hits us in the front and we look back and think, what did I do with these 24 months? What did I do with it? Did I change? Did I use it? Or did I just become like I turned myself into the same robot, reactive every day to the things that life puts in my front. Then Emmanuel continues, in spite of being transitory, human life is the flame that puts you in contact with the work you need to do in order to evolve rightly. Yes. And by that means that if my work, my inner work is to become more patient, I'm going to be surrounded by people that will test my patience. If my work is to increase my faith, I will face uncontrollable solutions or situations that will force me to train my faith. The work means exactly that gap area that I need to evolve, that I need to get proficient. Because everything we know, it's easy. If I get math that my son on 6th grade is doing, it's easy peasy for me. But if I get the math that a PhD and mathematician is working, I cannot do that. I need to study, I need to change, I need to read, I need to go to school back to school and do things again. So the question is that, what is the work? What do we need to learn? And he uses this 4 words, and I thought that was very interesting that he used 4 words in terms of, growth. And then the next slide, we're going to see 4 words that we see as remediation. So what do we need to learn? What do we need to attain? What do we need to accomplish? What do we need to reunite? We all know. With technology, we can do so much. We can learn anything we want. I can visit a museum in Paris if I want to. I can attain any type of degree. Mostly right now, it has never been that easy and that acceptable. I can accomplish things that I dreamed if I put my effort, my will, my actions into it. I can reconnect with people that I had forgotten, forgive those that have hurt me, empty my heart of all the sadness that I've been carrying all these years. At the same time, I can redeem my faults. I can correct things with the ones that I hurt. We can connect above all with God. We heard so many times Rivaldo Franco saying that this moment of the pandemic that we're living is the moment that we've been called to pay attention to our spiritual side, learning that life is just so fragile that it can pass in a split of a moment. How can we control that? We can't. We need to let go, to let our hearts to a superior being that controls the entire universe. So Emmanuel continues, take advantage of the gift of time you have received by doing spiritually constructive work. And then I started thinking, okay, so what is that exactly? He's inviting us to stop looking at just the material side and saying, okay, it's time to start developing other things besides the ones that matter offer us. Because what we're gonna take with us is who we are. Everything else, everything we have is gonna stay behind. Even our bodies, we don't take even our bodies. So the knowledge that we have learned, yes. The good things that we have done to others, yes. The charity, the smiles, they will all come with us, as well as our guilt, our sorrows, the people that we have not been able to forgive and forget. So the invitation of this chapter is to look at that. First, to when we put the head on our pillow, spend a moment to think, what is the gift that I am receiving right now? What is the gift that these past 14 months have offered me to become a better being, to do the work? What are the learnings that I need to go through, the changes that I need to face, the stretch assignments that I have been postponing? Where do I need to focus? Who do I need to focus? So when we think in terms of uh, this spiritual work, the first one is in ourselves. We will not be able to have a better life, to build a better world, if we do not change who we are inside. Everything starts with us. The way that we see the world, good or bad, that's exactly what our eyes see, and that our eyes basically see what our heart feels. So if I see a world that only has bad things, so I need to look inside and think, okay, how do I reconnect with the goodness inside myself? How do I nurture my heart in a different way? So if my life is a mess, if I feel lonely, that's exactly what I need to change. The life outside is a reflection of what I am inside. We need to look outside our bubble. There are so many people who need help. And science has proven that when we do good to others, we feel good. Tons of happy hormones pop up inside our hearts, our bodies, and help us feel better, help us be more healthy. And this comes from beyond things. This happiness go beyond stuff that we can get with our credit cards. And then, as the final reflection that Emmanuel gives us says, without the signs of improvement and accomplishment as you go along, you will be dominated by the darkness, that you will waste your sacred opportunity by turning to unearthly impulses. And after the death of the body, you will return to the same place of darkness, which you emerged in order to climb new steps on the sublime mountain of life. So he's asking us, don't lose the opportunity of this incarnation. Don't waste your time just focusing on stuff that will end when you die. Don't focus on stuff. Focus on things that you can take with you. Our emotions, our feelings, the people we love, everything we have learned, the goodness that we gave to others. Because that's the way that we'll basically be surrounded by life and happiness. So that's what we had for today. And right now we're gonna start with our virtual Passe. So I will invite each one of you to close your eyes. Connect with your spiritual guide. Ask them to inspire you, to help you identify all the answers that you're looking for, to guide you to take on the opportunities to grow, to become a better person. So if we close our eyes, we feel this beam of light falling from the skies, involving each one of us, all the beings around here, all the souls. And with this light comes all the energy that is pure, that is love, that is forgiveness, that is health. Dear God, help us take care of our bodies, but above all, help us take care of our souls. May we use the opportunity of this life to become better people. May we live our days with our hearts full of happiness, encouragement, hope, peace, love, and may we spread with everybody around us with this goodness that never ends, because we know that the more we give love, the more we have. The more we give forgiveness, the more we have. That when we shine light, the first person to be illuminated is ourselves. Dear God, hold our hands in this moment of uncertainty, calm our hearts, our minds. May our faith and our courage be stronger than the fear. And at this moment, we thank to our guiding spirits, for our guardian angel, for bringing us here, for taking care of us, our homes, our family members. And we ask them to energize our water, putting in there everything we need for a balanced week, to balance our bodies. We ask them to stay with us every day, to give us good suggestions during our sleep, so we can wake up full of energy, positive energy, to make all the changes that we need to leverage the opportunity of life today. Amen. Thank you, guys.